I'll put there and Lorna there.
She's coming.
If you come in, just.
How are you?
Good. How are you? I'm going to put you here because I'm filming. Is that okay? Yeah. But you have your back to it.
Me.
Then if you want to swap with Maz, you are very welcome to swap with Maz. No, you're fine. Put June up here. How's that? How are you?
Good.
Yeah? How's Kirsty's babe? How's Kirsty's babe? Yeah?
She's avoiding me at bed when
Yeah.
Don't go there with the baby.
I've been there with a baby. It used to be a...
Over the boulders. The boulders are so much now.
Okay. Plus the fact we're all a little bit older. Yeah, now I'm... Yeah. I was... Yeah. I look back now going, I was far too young to have children. Here we are. You are? You could sing it. You could sing it to the Jungle Book. Summer's here. Summer's here.
Summertime and the living is easy. Yeah,
You've got the coolest sunglasses, Claire. Yes. They are amazing. They're incredible. Lorna, can you come in here? Would that be okay? Perfect. There's a camera just there and I'm trying to keep it kind of clear a little. I just figured it would be a really easy way for me to get another video on YouTube. Is that really slack? Okay, so you're all happy. So if you... I won't. It'll be very gentle. Hey! Maz, right, think goer. Run and look over the, come and have a look quick. Isn't it? Okay. Sit tall. Get your socks off. This is better than August. Amazing. Right, interlace your fingers, push your palms away and stretch up. Elbows in and up. Just get a good lift of the chest. So the chest wraps all the way around the body. Use the baby fingers to lengthen the back of the body. Lower the arms down. Change the interlace of the fingers, push the palms away. Now before you take the arms up, check that the thumbs are in contact and the little fingers are in contact. Elbows in and then raise the arms up. We've got a Lucy Freers coming. Elbows in and up. Breathe. And again, feel that you've created length in your spine. And then you're just going to release the hands down to your knees, keep that height and quietly close the eyes. Yes! Close the eyes, take a couple of breaths. And as you breathe in, you can breathe in through your ears as well. So really feel the sound of the sea. Relax the eyes, release the tongue. Feel the warmth of the sun on your skin. And and take a few moments just to appreciate what we've got here. Let the head be balanced upon the spine. There should be no effort in lifting up. And then lifting up through the heart center, not just the front of the heart, but the heart center. Lift that area up, bow the head down, open the eyes and raise the face. Change across of your legs. Just grab your heels and just pull your heels away from each other. Just the heels. So the toes can stay where they are, but just really lengthen in those heels to get those ankles to be a little more active. Press the little toe side of the feet towards the floor, and then just bring your fingertips down to encourage the lift of the spine. Balance the ribs over the hips. And then exhale, turn to your right. Take a few breaths, don't force that turn. You were fine in Virasana, Dan, it was no problem. I'd have asked you to move otherwise. That's it. And then come back to center. Change across of your legs. And turn to the left. As you turn, make sure that you're not leaning to the left, so rotate around the spine. And let the spiral feel like you're spiraling up. And then come back to center. Come to, if you can, come to Vajrasana, so that's kneeling with the feet, ankles and knees together. If you can't, then change to the first cross of the legs again. So ankles together, knees together. And then pull the buttock flesh out and back. And then take your hands and just tap your ankles. Now where you're tapping, can you now move that area in? Now take your fingers behind you and find your toes or the balls of your feet. Just give myself a grab. Balls of your feet. Now pull the big toes internally away from each other. Well done, June. Now can you feel as you start to try and slide the balls of the feet away from each other, there's more work on the outer shins. Sit up straight and then let the spine lift. Breathe. Now squeeze those knees together strongly. Strong, strong, strong. How much can you grip those knees together? Lift up through the pelvic floor, navel back towards the spine. Uddiyana Bandha. Again, take the arms forwards and up. Paul, if you lie on your back, bring the knees together and stretch your arms over your head. So lie on your back, have the knees bent up. Squeeze those knees together, now stretch your arms over the head. Lovely. Go up, go up, go up. You're just leaning to your left there, Bridget. Come straight up, that's better. Long arms, open armpits, and then lower the arms down. Okay, now you're going to lean forwards. Those of you that can, you can come to cross legs if not. Separate the feet, spread the calves out and back, and sit down. Nestle yourself. Isn't that a good word? Nestle. Nestle yourself between your heels. Stay there, Paul. If the sun's in your eyes, spin around and go the other ways round. Now here, like a little bit like flippers, move your feet. Shall I show you? I'll turn around. Hang on. Move your feet outwards. Alden's down there, Dan. So it's like, can you see, like flippers? Makes sense? So you want to get that action, and again you'll feel the outer shins working. You got it? It's nice, isn't it? Now take your hands and you're going to rest the heel of your hand on the heel of your foot. And your fingers pointing back. I'm sure Maz can give us some kind of explanation as to what this is. This is like a whole body workout for your feet. And then just lengthen those hands and your hands. Lift up through the chest. Don't wear your shoulders like earrings. Your elbows have the capacity to bend, so let the elbows bend back, and then you're going to work through the wrists too. Now try not to push too hard into the lumbar spine and keep the tailbone down. Thank you, June. Do you want more height for kneeling? No. I don't want you to upset your knees.
I know.
And now just allow the outer knee to move down and let the inner knee come up. You can, yeah, that's fine, Paul. Breathe. Now picture someone's about to take a picture of your yoga pose and see if you would change how you were sitting. And then release. Okay, we've got one nasty one to do. It's not nasty, but it's good for the toes. Optional. You're going to take the feet, you're going to tuck the toes under, and you're going to sit back on your heels. Now, if that feels like it's too much, that's fine. You can come up onto your knees instead, so you put less pressure on. If your knees are sensitive, just fold your mat back a couple of times and put your knees on there. And then you can bring the ankles together, heels together, tuck the toes under. If you don't want to be on you can then just do it up on your knees. Paul, you can try this. You can kneel up, fold your mat back, and then tuck the toes on and stretch those heels back, as if someone's pulling your heels. All of us are going to come up to this in a minute. So in fact, as a team, make sure, Lucy, put the padding underneath your knees. Make sure you've got some padding under your knees. Maz, are you all right there? Yeah? So heels, centre of the heels, stretch them back. Try not to lean forwards. Let the hamstrings spread. Nice broad, wide hamstrings. Broad calves. Raise the arms up again, stretch up. If it gets too much or you get cramped, just let it release and then try and come back into it again. Tailbone down, navel back towards the spine. Breathe. And then exhale, lower the arms down. Keep the legs working, come up onto your knees if it's comfortable. Adjust yourself if it's not. Put your hands where your 70s jeans pockets would be. Take the tailbone down and open up the frontal hip bones there. Navel back towards the spine, and then let the arms come down. Allow the crown of the head to go up. And then let it become effortless. Widen the collarbones. Now, picture someone just lifting you up and putting you on your feet, okay? Feels nice, doesn't it? Just like this. Yeah? So now, come up to Tadasana. Stand up. Flipping heck, it is summer. Now, can you get that? So now, when you were sitting your heels, your buttock bones on your heels, you had a direct connection up the spine. Then when we're on our knees, you could feel how the thighs were down below us as well. So now what I want you to do is I want you to just bring the feet together. And now think about where your buttock bones are and just separate your feet so they're just under, so the heel bones are underneath your buttock bones. Now, try not to lock the knees back. What I want you to do is I want you to balance your thigh bones over your shins. And now you're going to let the crown of the head go up and allow yourself to come tall. Roll those thighs in there, Bridget. That's better. And now raise the arms up. Elbows in and up. Get the lift through the front and the back of the chest. Just check your hands are extending up towards the sky. And then lower the arms down out to the side. Keep that width of your chest. Tree pose. you can balance. Let's just start by balancing on one leg. So as you go to shift the weight, move your left hip in and just lift your right leg off the floor. Take the arms out, turn the palms up, raise the arms up. Breathe. Relax the eyes, release the tongue. Lower the arms down. Bring the legs back, not together, just slightly apart. Now feel that you've just moved your tailbone into the center of the pose and balance your feet. Tracy, your feet need to come directly forwards. They're turning out a little bit. That's it. Extend down. Second side, outer hip in. Lift and lengthen through the front face of that spine. Lift up your left leg. If you want to challenge yourself, you can close your eyes. It's too beautiful. You don't have to close the eyes. What have you seen, Paul? You look completely transfixed.
Yeah, you're watching a little child just got away.
And then release. You get to see, I'm looking, look, that's my view. It's probably good. Now bring the legs directly underneath the hips again. Bend your legs, feel a little bit relaxed. Straighten up, extend the arms down, fingers down, reaching down towards the floor. Now bring the legs together. So bring the heels together first. There's a reason. Okay, now look down at your feet. Square the knees. And now keep that square of the knee and just bring your foot in and feel how the muscles, so keeping like the work in the leg, turn one foot in and feel how the muscles then feel like they're wrapping around the leg. And then try the other side. Does that feel different? Can you feel how the muscles feel like they're going around the bones now? Yeah? So keep that action. And now you're going to pick up your right leg for Vrikshasana. Try and keep that standing leg firm. Outer hip in. If you just want to practice your balance, that's fine. Extend out through the arms and raise the arms up. Lengthen up. Elbows in and up, heart lifted. Standing leg strong. Lower the arms down. Legs together. Now allow that thigh muscle to wrap around the bones, stretch down through the arms, lift up through the chest. Second side. Toes pointing down. Heel pressing into the top of the thigh, thigh back against the heel. Extend out through those arms and raise the arms up. Elbows in and up. Long fingers. Open out the hips. Lower the arms down. And release the leg. Legs together. Okay, Trikonasana. Ready? Step or jump. Open the chest out. Bring the weight down into your heels. So feel, does it feel like your feet are like kind of gripping in? You're on the inside edges? It feels like they do this. Like, it's like, oh. So what I want you to do is I want you to lift up your heel, purposefully, ball of the foot, simple anatomy. Lift up the ball of the foot, and now press that foot down into the floor and feel how that's made good contact now. Can you spread from the mound of the big toe to the little toe? Keep it wide. Now do the same on the other side. Lift up that right foot, the ball of the foot, and then consciously place the sole of the foot down. Spread out the skin that's just behind the second and third toe on each foot. Sometimes it gets a little hard pad in there. Okay? Now turn your left toes in a little and turn the whole of the right leg out to 90 degrees. Now see if you can get that firm action that you had through your legs in Tadasana by spiraling your duck feet in. Exhale, go down, triangle. Watch your toes, Emily. Did Friday help? Yeah? Now open the chest out. Press down into the feet down. You need to work on your calf, so put your hand on the shin. Now press the shin towards your hand. That's better, to make that calf a little bit more forward so you don't hyperextend your knee. Open out the chest. Lift your head up and come up a little higher there, Claire. That's better. Now power through that back leg, push into the back leg and take your tailbone towards the heel at the same time. Yes, can you feel how that's made it feel a bit firmer? Inhale, come up. Bring the feet to face forwards. All I could see was a crow. Turn the right toes in a little. Turn the whole of the left leg out to 90 degrees. Legs firm. Drop the shoulders. Exhale, go down. Legs wider, Dan. Legs wider, June. It's not like you. Open the chest out. Collarbones broad and wide. Make sure the feet are holding the pose. So as you press down into the feet, the spine should start to feel a little bit longer and as if it wants to go forwards towards the crown of the head. Come up a little higher again, Claire. That's it. And then inhale, come up. Bring the feet to face forwards. Legs together. Grip the legs together, grip the thighs together, stretch the arms down. Quick vote. One pose, one time each time, or do you want to do them twice? Oh, too much choice. Okay, Virabhadrasana 2, let's go, legs wide. Don't give your class the choice. Left toes in a little. Whole of the right leg out to 90 degrees. Look at your back foot. Okay, I'll probably change my mind anyway. Can you make that back foot spread? Make it spread, make it strong. Look at your front foot. Now, which one currently is taking more weight? Front foot or back foot? It's just a thought. Now, feel what happens. Bend the leg. Now, which foot's taking more weight? Front foot? Yeah? There's always an exception to the rule. Inhale, come up. Look at your back foot. Watch it. As you go to bend that front leg, make swirly fingers, point at that back foot, and really be aware that you're really in that back foot, in that back foot, in that back foot. Now raise your back arm up, turn the head, look along the right arm. Is there more energy in the back leg now? It was the swirly fingers. Open out the chest. Take your legs more narrow, Paul. That's it. Now, from there, stop. So bend the knee a little, stop, and now power through the back leg. Yeah, can you feel how that's, yeah? Hold that. Inhaling, come up, bring the feet to face forwards. So what you have to do when we go to the second side is just remember, so it feels like it's this part of the brain that's looking at that foot, but I think it might be that part of the brain that's looking at the foot. So as you go to turn, be in that leg, even though the gaze is forwards, and then go down, but still keep the mind's eye in that back leg. Okay, ready? Virabhadrasana 2, right toes in, left leg out. Exhale, bend the leg. Keep that mind's eye in the back leg. Stop there, Paul. Can you feel, you want firmness over instability. Dan, you're leaning back a bit too far. You went too much. You're leaning back even further now. That's better. Breathe. Inhale, come up. Bring the feet to face forwards, legs together. Sideways stretch, Utthita-Trikonasana. Should we do it? Let's go. So what I want you to do is you come into this pose, Remember the leg work, all right? So it's Virabhadrasana 2 leg work. Left foot in, don't let that foot shrink. Don't be mean with the sole of the foot. Turn the whole of the right leg out to 90 degrees. Back leg, swirly. Exhale, bend the front leg. When the leg's straight, Tracy, really be aware that you're working the muscles. Exhale, come down, come down, come down. Now let's rest our elbow on our thigh. Yes. And put your hand on your waist. We're going to do this a couple of times. Use your elbow just to gently take the knee back. Back leg straight. Make sure that back leg is straight. Breathe. I better make sure my back leg is straight. Outer heel down there, Emily. Toes. Lovely. Inhale, come up. Feet to face forwards. Right toes in a little. Whole of the left leg out to 90 degrees. Check that the heel is in line with the arch of the back foot. Spin your heels just slightly further forwards. No, other way. Back the other way, June. Towards the front edge. Yes. Nice. Exhale, bend the leg. Rest the elbow on the thigh. This is very casual, isn't it? Back leg firm. And just look back at that back foot and just make sure that the toes are lengthening. The eyes looking at the feet will allow the toes to work a little more softly, a little more betterly. Inhale, come up. Right, let's go straight back to the first side. So we're going to have the arms out now. Left toes in a little, whole of the right leg out to 90 degrees. Resist with the back leg. Exhale, bend the front leg. Let yourself go down. Okay, if you want to rest your elbow on your thigh, you're going to rest the elbow on the thigh and just make sure that that arm follows the line of the shoulder. Okay? Otherwise, start to bring the hand down and bring the fingertips to the floor on the inside. Allow the groin to sink down if that's possible. Obviously, you've got to go within your own capacity. Press the outer blade of the foot down. Take that arm straight up, Frida. That's it. Now make space across your chest. Space across the heart. Space across the diaphragm. Power through that back leg. Toes long. Inhale, come up. Pushing with your leg to come up. Feet to face forwards. Stretch out. Right toes in a little. Whole of the left leg out to 90 degrees. Exhaling, bend the leg. Come down into the pose. Rest the elbow on the thigh. Let the arm come out to the shoulder. So this is also important because the arm often sort of wiggles around in space and we don't quite know where it is. Now open the other hand out, extend through to the fingers and then come down to the fingertips. Fingertips literally just glancing the floor. Open out that chest, power through the back leg. Breathe. Press the left buttock forwards, press the right thigh back. Use your arm to resist that knee. Inhale, come up. Pushing with the legs. Bring the feet to face forwards. Legs together. Grip the thighs. Tailbone down. Frontal hip bones open. Full Utthita-Trikonasana. Go. So full to your capacity. Left foot in, right leg out. Let's raise this right arm up, get a nice length. As you bend the leg, you're going to cut in on the front of that thigh. This is semaphore yoga. Exhale, bend the leg. Lean. Place the hand down, outer edge of the ankle. Be on the fingertips. Power through that back leg. And now bring the other arm up and over and lengthen. So from the outer heel of that back foot, extend right through to the fingertips. Tailbone forwards, press that bent knee back. Lengthen. Now press down into those feet. Inhale, come up. Feet to face forwards. Take some breaths if you need to. Right toes in, left leg out. Back leg really strong. Exhale, bend that front leg. Oh, I forgot, come back. Raise the arm. Stretch up. Other one, Paul. Yeah, I mirror. Exhale, bend the leg. It's taken Dan a long time to realise. Extend, extend, extend. Hand down, outside edge. And then bring the arm up and over the head. Lengthen through from the outer heel of that right foot, right through the hip, waist, ribs, armpits, elbows, wrists. Base of the fingers, middle finger, fingernail. Shadow. Press the knee against the arm. Left buttock, press it forwards. Left knee, press it back. Right thigh, press it back. Outer heel on that right foot, make sure it's grounded. Very nice. Inhale, come up. Push through that leg to come up. Bring the feet to face forwards. Legs together. Take the feet apart. Uttanasana, you can dangle. So clasp the elbows, lift up through the chest. Exhale, go down. Now, the wider your feet are, the easier it is to hang down. Kneecaps, draw them up. Toes, lengthen them. So you can see your toes, keep an eye on them. I'm going to come over and have a look at famous toes. Yes, keep them long. Take the elbows away from the legs a little to get a good length through the front of the body. Keep a width on the abdomen. Change the clasp of the elbows. Legs firm. And then hands to waist. Inhale, come up. Take the feet hip distance apart. Stretch out through the arms. Gomukhasana. Bring your left arm down your back. Bring the palm up. Bring your right arm, stretch up. Exhale. Bring the fingers to touch or towards. So if you do this, you know, wherever the hand will reach up. It shouldn't be wrestling competition. Now just make sure as well that you're still in the heels. Your tailbone is lengthening down. And there's a sort of a security of the ribs, the lower ribs. And then release. Stretch the arms out. Take the right arm up your back. Take the left arm up. And then bind. Legs firm, spine long, gaze directly forwards. In fact, look at the horizon. Look about a few inches, a few millimeters above the horizon. And that'll probably be a similar height. I was looking at the horizon, I should be looking at you lot. Open out the chest.
You can do that.
Can I? And then exhale, release. Stretch out your arms. We're going to cross the elbows. So I want you to keep the collarbones down. Cross the elbows, arms over, hold your shoulders. Now notice if you've done this, because if you've done this, you've shortened the collarbones in. So I want you to open the chest out. So in yoga the other day, we had, I think it was the beginners class, yeah? We put 3 or 4 blocks in front of us, and then we wrapped our arms around that, because I didn't know whether like that close hugging, if I got people to just turn to your partner, can you just give each other a hug, please? So here, I want you now to hold your elbows. Elbows, hold them. Now drop your shoulders down and widen the collarbones. Okay, now can you keep that as you slide the elbows across each other? That's an interesting sensation, isn't it, on the skin? Now, have you shortened your shoulders? That's better. Now, just hold where you can. Breathe. Stand tall. And then slide a little more if you can. And those of you that can come into Garudasana arms, bring your arms into Garudasana. Now just clock which arm is on the top. And again, has that top shoulder come up around the ear? So take the shoulder down. You lift the elbows up and move the hands away from the face. But just clock that you've got a balance between the left and the right side. Check which one's on top, because that's going to be underneath next. And now release. Second side. Hold your elbows. It's like Simon says. Turn the palms down. And now slide the elbows. Wrap them round to hold your shoulders. Or just below your shoulders. You're aiming for the shoulder blades. Think shoulder blades, like this. Drop the shoulders down. Now bring your arms, those of you that can, into Garudasana. Collarbones broad. Did you just realise you'd done the wrong cross? You did that one? Okay. And then release. Bring your hands to prayer position. Down by the xiphoid process, this little knobbly bit at the base of your spine. A little bit lower there, Claire. Yep. Okay, now just let the hands rotate. Now, try not, it should just be a comfortable rotation. You can let the hands come away a little bit, but notice how it's easier to get your hands in prayer position this way, on the front of your body, yeah? And then it's a little harder to turn those hands down, yes? Keep the collarbones broad, shoulders wide. It's just from the forearms, yeah? Okay, so now, feel your hands in prayer position. Easier to have them down, yes? So then, try not to disturb the spine. So if you just watch, if I do it from the side, get the rotation through the arms and the shoulders to bring the hands to Namaskadasana. So I'll turn around now, so you're here. Trying to keep the spine as still as possible. Try not to poke your head forwards. Okay, it's an aim, it's a goal. If that's too much, then you can just clasp the elbows, and again, you're widening the collarbones. So don't break your wrists trying to do the pose. And I think Gita used to call them samosa hands, but because we're down here, I'm going to call them pasty hands. It's okay on your wrist. Yeah. Just take the finger knuckle towards each other. Breathe. Let the weight be in your heels, but also keep those frontal ribs just a little contained. And just picture that little C shape underneath the navel, and just lift the C shape, the little crescent moon under your navel, back towards the spine. If you've got your elbows clasped, change the clasp of your elbows. Those of you with the wrists beginning to feel a little bit uncomfortable, try and see if you can release the pressure by lifting the chest up Lengthening the spine and dropping the shoulders down, allowing those hands to slide a little further up. If that doesn't work for you and you need to release the hands, release the hands. Let the arms come down. Open out the palms. Stretch the arms out. Really extend out thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, baby finger, and then lower the arms down. You're going to raise the arms up. You're going to exhale. You're going to place the hands down. Then I want you to take a long step back, Adho Mukha Svanasana, dog head down. So when you're ready, stand towards the top end of your mat, whichever way that is, don't mind. Raise the arms up, stretch up. Exhale, fold down. Place your hands to the floor, bend the knees if you need to, and then step a long step back. Longest step. And the second leg. That's it, well done. Now press down between the thumb and the index finger. So that's your Athena eminence. Lengthen up through the center of the forearms. Tuck the elbows in, release across the shoulders. Lift the hips away from the armpits. That's it. Levelize your hips. Really feel that you're getting a nice lift through both sides of the body. Release the back of the neck, let the head hang down. Walk your feet a little further back for me. That's it. Lovely. Can you feel how that's lengthened your spine? Yeah? Press down the center of the hand, or that fleshy part of the hand between the thumb and the index finger. Check that the wrists are lifting, so that the wrists feel like they're bringing energy up the arms rather than collapsing down into the elbows. And then Adho Mukha Virasana. So bend the knees if it's comfortable to do so. Pull, line your back, cuddle your knees in close. Stretch your bottoms back. Arms come forwards. Let the breath be wide and smooth. Tongue passive. Face soft. Just check if it's comfortable to be kneeling like this. See if you've got your bottom on your heels. Check the levelness of your buttocks. And behind you, just drop this one down. That's it. And then can you feel how you're curving that way? So bring your right hand to the right. Yeah. Lengthen it, just drop this right side down a little. That's better. Now the back of the body looks a little more level. Breathe. And inhale, come up. Okay, so just a couple of these. So you're going to come into your dog head down. Sorry, from Adho Mukha Virasana. So you're here, and I want you to get maximum. So often what happens is we have our hands here, and we go, oh, this is so nice. Then we get caught up in how pleasant the forehead is on the, or I do. And it's like, oh, thank you. Is this it? But actually, what we want to do before we go up into Adho Mukha Virasana is to lengthen those arms forward so we get a nice length of tissues. Can you see how the front of my body is lengthening there? Okay, then I'm going to ask you to come up onto your knees. And at the beginning, we stretch those heels back. So you stretch the heels back here, toes are tucked under. So it's a good workout for the toes. And then I'm going to ask you to lift your knees and hold. Then when you go to transition, you'll feel that you're going to lift your tailbone up, keep your shoulders where they are, lift the tailbone up until it will go up no further. Or try and keep the shoulders where they are. And now start to take the very top of the thighs back. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Lengthen the spine, let your front body feel as if it's straight up to the hips, and then take the whole of the leg as if it's one long plank back. Okay? Then to come down, you come forwards and up. Keep the heels stretching back. Let the knees come down, just hover for a moment. Gently place those knees down, stretch the feet back, and go back. Okay? Ready? So face whichever way you wish. Stretch back, Adho Mukha Virasana. Dog head down, Paul. And you can go from the knee balance pose, which you missed, because you're lying on the floor. That's all right. So if you come into just come onto the toes like this, Paul, and just hold that. And lift those knees off the floor. So inhale, everybody come up, tuck the toes under, feet apart, feet hip distance apart. Lift the knees an inch off the floor. Feel how the abdominal area naturally works here. Yes, stretch those heels back. Feel how the thighs engage a little bit better. Now from there, start to just straighten those legs. Lifting the tailbone, pressing into those hands until you feel like you can straighten the legs no more. And then you start to take those hips back. So the heel of the hand is directly talking to the hips. So push from the hands right up into the hips until your spine feels maximum length. Now engage the thighs right up into the hips and body. And now take the very top of the thigh back, but picture that the leg is one whole thing. So as you take the thighs back, it's allowing the calves to widen and lengthen down towards the heels. The back of the thighs, the hamstrings, they're widening. Make those legs feel super powerful, super powerful. Lengthen down through those heels, but just don't lose the resistance of the thighs. Keep the thighs doing the action. Keep the thighs firm, right up into the very top of those, the creases there. Allow the tailbone to be lifted. Picture it being an arrow, and like the point of the arrow is shooting up towards the sky. Try not to flare out those lower ribs, keep them contained. Now maintain that work, that sense of lightness through the pose, work through the arms. Start to come forward, shoulders over the hands. Bend the knees, stretching those heels back. Carefully place the knees down, Adho Mukha Virasana, and let your body lengthen all the way back. Hands pressing down, so you can get that nice length through the front of the body. Knees down there, down, stretch back. That's nice, Paul. And then you got one more time on your own. So connect into every sensation that you are aware of here. Feel what's going on. Feel it on a cellular level. So when you're ready, come up. Hands on the floor, toes are active, heels are stretching, bringing the shoulders over the hands, coming up onto all fours. Lift the knees away from the floor just a little. Pressing down into those hands, lift and lengthen the spine if you're not there already. Athena Eminence, press it down. Straightening those legs and taking the whole of the leg back, but not doing it to take the heels down. Taking those thighs back, widening the hamstrings, really taking the spine to its length that's so comfortable, it's incredible. And then start to open the backs of the legs out and take the heels, point the heels to the floor, and eventually the heels will come of their own accord. They want to ground themselves. They want you to be grounded. It's our lightning conductor. And then come back down, Adho Mukha Virasana. Pull, come down, and then lie on your back, cuddle your knees in. Just stretch back, everybody else. Once you've settled, just be there for a few more minutes. Let the head relax, release. If it's uncomfortable, just flip over, lie on your back. When we come to lying on our backs, if you don't want the sun in your eyes, have your head towards the steps. Okay, so what you're going to do next, if you just have a look this way. Okay, you're going to cuddle one knee in towards your chest. You can either hold the shin or you can hold the big toe. So this is Ardha Supta Padangusthasana 1, and you're going to stretch the opposing leg away. Okay, keep the tailbone in the center. It's very contained, and then bend up that leg. Place that foot down, second side, hold the toe, and stretch that leg away. Okay, so you're really feeling like you're activating through that heel again. Once we've done that, with that awareness to the heels, you're going to come into Supta Baddha Konasana, heels again connected, so that you've got a containment around the hips, palms facing up. As soon as your groins have had enough of that, slide your legs away. Check that everything feels comfortable. Shavasana. Okay? Ready? So let's all lie down first of all with the legs, both legs bent on the mat. Is that still the same splinter? Ha! That would be the dog head down heel action that you did, I reckon. Opened up the cells. Okay, so you're going to cuddle your right knee in towards your chest and then slide the left leg along the floor. Connect into that left leg and then bring your right hand on the inside edge of that right leg and hold the big toe, if you can. If you can't, don't worry. Now, as you hold that big toe, you don't have to there, Paul, just you cuddle the knee in. Just hold the knee, that's it. As you hold that big toe, check that the tailbone is still moving in the direction of the center of the pose. It'll want to wag off towards that raised leg. So try to bring your spine into the middle. And as you do that, you'll notice that the inner abdominal muscles and the pelvic floor muscles all start to come into a little bit more tone. And then release that right leg down, bend up the left leg, bring both legs together. Bend the left leg, pull it in towards the chest. Cuddle the knee in. Be aware of the spine. Bring the tailbone into the center. That's it. Sliding that leg away, if you haven't done so already. And then think about the femur heads and trying to bring those so that they are level. Now, if you're holding the knee still, some of you are racing ahead, slide your left hand on the inside edge of the knee and hold the big toe. Cuddle the knee behind the back of the knee, Lorna. And then just let the foot relax. Bend the leg, let it relax over. Yeah, does that feel okay? Yeah? No, don't, just keep behind the back of the knee so you don't disturb the knee. Tailbone in the center, hips level. Keep that knee in, nice and compact. Dan, as you did that, you waggled your hip, you shortened your waist. So you want both sides of the waist to feel long. And then place that left foot on the floor, bend up the right leg. Now you can walk the feet in as close to your bottom as you possibly can get them. And now take the heels down towards the floor and lift the balls of the feet up. So you're really getting an action through the feet. And now bring your legs into balls of the feet, not the heels. Press the heels down, June, and lift the balls of the feet. Yes, as I made that mistake at the beginning. And now bring the heels together and actively be aware of the heels making good contact. Take the knees wide, Supta Baddha Konasana. Have the palms facing up. Don't, if you've got watches on, you either need to turn your watch around or take your watch off because I don't want you to scratch your watch faces. And then when you're ready, you've had enough of Supta Baddha Konasana, just lengthen those legs away for Shavasana. Making sure that you are comfortable, keeping the legs heavy and long as you lengthen them away. So lengthen the heel bones to pull the shins away, to open out the knees, to lengthen the thighs, to release through the hips. Allow the feet to flop out to the side. Check that the shoulder blades are comfortable and evenly pressing onto the floor. If you need to support yourself, please put whatever padding you need underneath wherever it needs to go. Relax the eyes and release the tongue. And again, as you breathe in, as you breathe out, just allow the sound of the sea to wash over you, the sun to warm your skin, your body. Allow the tongue to become passive, the lower jaw to become loose, and the lips to be soft. Relax the eyes. Let the eyes release. Let go of any tension around the neck and the shoulders, through the arms, into the backs of the hands and the palms. If you are still in Utthita-Trikonasana, let the legs lengthen away now. And allow yourself a few moments there. Lucy, it's just 9:30, so if you need to go, thighs soften. Breath smooth. Feel the support of the floor and rest there. Face passive. Okay, now start to just wriggle the fingers, wriggle the toes. Bend the elbows and place your hands on your abdomen. Become aware of the breath through your palms, the softness of the belly, and let that softness just wash throughout the whole of your system. And if the sun isn't in your eyes, you can just quietly open the eyes and just be aware of the stillness of the body. So don't stare out of the eyes, but just become aware of the quietness of the mind, softness of breath. One at a time, rolling the thighs in, bend up the legs. Roll to your right side and sit up. Come to a comfortable seated position. Let the hands come into Namaskarasana. Release down the shoulders. Take a few breaths. Lift the heart center. Bow down your head, pay your respects. Respect your body and people around you and people further afield. Release the hands down. Open the eyes and raise the face. Thank you. Swimming? Yeah? Coffee? Thank you. Next week? Yes?
Last week I was thinking about it, but you didn't do anything, did you?
Not last week, no.
It was mist, wasn't it? Thick mist.
Well, I only came down and saw James at West on Thursday or Friday this week, and I wanted to just check with him because Kathy had said it was okay.
Just stuck it on the shoulder.
Thank you.